Hello, my YouTube friends. People ask a lot about how long I've been actually doing YouTube. Let me tell you, it's a lot longer than you might think. And just like any other YouTuber, I've had to learn the ropes and make a lot of choices and even some mistakes along the way. Today, I want to tell you about the time they tried to cancel me. Oh, and it worked. Well, sort of. So you know what? Let's get to it! Likes and comments are super easy things that you can do to help push this video to a wider audience. So take a second down below and let me know how I'm doing. And while you're there, why not subscribe? It's totally free and it really does help me continue to make content that helps you. So thanks. Back in my day, no one canceled anyone. Alternative perspectives were actually okay. Just kidding. This isn't gonna be that video. Everyone starts YouTube with no audience. It's the one thing that we all have in common. It's inescapable. And just like most people, when I started, I had no idea how YouTube really worked. I mean, look at me, living my YouTube dream with no clue at all what I'm doing. Sometimes I really miss those days. I thought you make videos and people watch them. And back in those days, that's about as much planning as I really did. For that first year, I made a video every single day and released it. And most were pretty bad. And none had any real audience focus at all. They were for everyone. And just like anyone struggling to figure things out, I watched everything I could on how to do YouTube better. But I avoided nearly all content that dealt with the analytics. I mean, that's scary and complicated, and I just wanted to keep making videos. A few months into my new channel, I came up with an idea to add a live stream every day. And I was gonna travel to locations, hiking and camping with the purpose of getting people to guess where I was going and come hiking with me. So every day I would stream for an hour in the morning and then hike with a reward for anyone who managed to come find me on my hike. Newsflash, no one ever did. But the streams got a bit of traction and people enjoyed hanging out for an hour every morning. It felt like family. This went on for a while and eventually I came home and normalized the streams every day in my studio. And I was still creating videos every single day as well. And we also did meetups with lots of our new live streaming friends in Baltimore and Niagara Falls. And people even traveled from the UK and California to meet up and hang out. There was just one problem. I wasn't growing. The stream had the same viewers every day and the videos weren't getting any views either. Everyone in my audience were other YouTubers who enjoyed hanging out and talking about how to grow their channel, but it was pretty obvious that none of us actually had the answer. Eventually, there came to be a name for the type of audience I had grown, and that's sub for sub. Sure, mine wasn't intentionally sub for sub. I really thought I was doing it differently. After about 2 years of this, I finally started to ask the important questions. What was I doing wrong that the channel wasn't growing? And that's when I learned just how insidious sub for sub and how I grew my channel was. Now, I don't want to make this video analytics heavy, so I'm going to keep it really simple. The basics of YouTube's algorithm are pretty simple. It shares your video with your subscribers. And then, based on how your subscribers watch the video, it figures out if they like it. And if they do, then YouTube shares that video to a wider audience based on the people who watched its viewing habits. Now, you can see how this would be a problem, right? The people watching it don't have any viewing habits. They watch your stuff in hopes that you're gonna watch their stuff. That's kind of how sub for sub works. And they couldn't care less about what the video is about. I realized I'd basically ruined my channel, but what was even worse for me is that all the folks in my audience that I'd drawn in, well, they were in the same boat with the same problem, and I really felt responsible. These people were my friends. I met up with them. And here, I had made it less likely they would ever find success on YouTube because of the community that I had built. But I wasn't the biggest in the community, not by a long shot. I had at least made the effort to curb sub for sub activity, which means the most blatant offenders weren't really interested. So what I did was produce some videos intending to inform my audience of the truth of what we were doing to ourselves and taking full responsibility for my role in what was going on. And they did get some views, but at the end of the day, things just seemed to continue as usual. And to be honest, this really made me mad. It seemed like I cared more about other people's channels and chances of success than they did. At this point, I started to direct message other leaders in the community who were blatantly openly growing their audience using sub for sub tactics. Now, I wanted to ask them to stop harming their audience by telling the truth about the real effects of what they were doing. It turns out they just didn't care at all. It didn't matter to them that they were knowingly doing this to others. Now, I probably should have just walked away, but I just couldn't stomach that. So eventually, I did what anyone who really cares would do. I created a satire video pointing out in vivid detail, leaving out no doubt about what they were doing and informing the audience as to why it was ruining their channel. And the video took off pretty fast, and lots of people didn't like the direct satire approach that I took, especially the channel that I satired, which was much bigger than I was at the time. So what did they do? You guessed it, they canceled me. They did a 30-minute rant about my jealousy of their success and all of the rest. And a lot of the people I trusted and even traveled to meet in person were now openly hostile. Some even threatened me if I didn't take down the video. And these people were my friends. And in a way, I sort of expected this reaction. But there were also some people that were playing the not taking side games. Like there was a side to take. I admitted what I was doing was wrong and gave the facts and pointed out others doing it knowingly. We were all on the wrong side. I was just brave enough to stand up and talk about it. I was ever so lucky to have a very close circle of friends dedicated to finding actual success on YouTube to continue the journey with. And that 5-hour phone call was all over the place about what we were gonna do. In the end, I knew my live stream was done. Maybe others wanted to continue to harm their audience, but that just wasn't gonna be me. I filmed a pre-recorded segment and I aired it for my final broadcast. And 5 minutes in, the regulars who showed up were already talking about who was going to take the time slot and continue the live stream. I did continue to release my regular content though, since it really wasn't related to the stream anyways. And trust me, at this point, the views were abysmal. In fact, anyone who came to see my video just came so they could leave the thumbs down and move on. And it continued this way for easily 6 months. But the thing is, I like making content. I always did, even when no one was watching. So now I could just focus on giving YouTube what it wanted. And after about 6 months, that's when I finally came to the focus on live streaming. It still took a while for YouTube to get the hint, but I kept at it, and once YouTube figured out whom my content was for, things turned around pretty quickly. Since then, I work daily on my analytics to learn more about what YouTube wants and where I can improve and how to better serve my audience with my content. I can tell you right now, getting canceled was the best thing that ever happened to this channel. It let me know who my true friends were, but more importantly, it forced me to stop and learn the YouTube piece I was missing all along. Inevitably, I had to niche down and focus on the content to make it better. And from my audience reaction, I know I made the right choice. But for a few months there, I was absolutely devastated. Being canceled isn't fun, even when you know you did it for the right reasons. People on the internet can just be mean, and the real bullies come out to kick you when you're down. Trust me, and some of them actually could have been your friends. The thing is, if creating content on YouTube or any other platform is what you want to do, setbacks are going to happen. Maybe you won't lose your entire audience or have them turn against you, but you will find lots and lots of ups and downs. So learn from each experience and then move on to the next one. YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. It just takes time to figure it all out and develop the skills to get to where you want to go. And if I can make your journey easier and faster by exposing my mistakes to you, then it's all worth it in the end. Now, this video is something really different for me. I thought it would be an interesting story to tell, but if there's an interest in more analytics-based videos to help you guys out, well, let me know in the comments below. So through it all, I gained some absolutely incredible lifelong friends. I saw some amazing sights and created memories that will literally last a lifetime. I learned to light, film, edit, and do audio for all kinds of videos in all kinds of crazy circumstances. And I live streamed from locations that you just wouldn't even believe. And I had more fun working 24 hours a day than should ever be allowed by law. So how long have I been doing this YouTube thing? A lot longer than you think, but I still have a lot longer to go. And I think this is still the intro of my YouTube career. Only time will tell. The Real Pooper Studio stopped producing content around 6 months after they canceled me. No real reason was ever really given. The channel that took my live stream time slot didn't actually stream every day for more than a few days, and the broadcast and channel were gone within 6 months. You can call it karma if you want, but I just don't think they were real YouTubers. If you want to see how you can create a full live stream in OBS for free, you should check this video out. Big thanks to the sponsors that support this channel. You can find their links in the description below under the heading sponsors. Supporting the sponsors helps me continue to make content that helps you, and I couldn't possibly do this without them or you. So thanks. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.